this one will be a lot better than the last one over on Marfoogle News. We're having a lot of technical difficulties with the internet. In fact, I just showed you guys, but this is kind of important, and hopefully I'll be able to show you a little bit more over here than I was over there. I don't know why this just happened, and we're going to talk about the Maryland reactor basically having an alert about elevated radiation, and they said, okay, we'll just shut it down. Really weird stuff. So remember that. But again, I'm just going old school style because that's what my options are right now. We have put hours into tonight's show, and I'll show you real quick. Let me, don't know here, hold on. Let me see if I can. Okay. So I don't know if you see that, but it says dropped frame. It won't let, we have the whole, I'm just having one of those days. So anyways, so we've got a lot going on. We have a whole show. In fact, if you go to our website right now, you can kind of follow along. I'm going to talk about a few things, but we're not going to talk about all of it. I don't know why we are getting 0.039. We're getting 0.039 upload and 500 download. So obviously Dex is a techie. He says, I just need to call Comcast. Anyways, we have a Russian envoy to U.S. saying, I don't believe sane U.S. generals really consider nuclear war with Moscow. The reason they said that is because a U.S. Navy admiral, and actually I don't know if this is them talking about something different because this was earlier. We just got news that a U.S. admiral, let me pull this up real quick. A U.S. admiral said nuclear war with China and Russia, or China or Russia, is a real possibility. Of course, warning that and saying, and this is not just anybody. This isn't a retired soldier. This is Admiral Charles A. Richard, who heads up STRATCOM, the U.S. Strategic Command, or STRATCOM. Again, this is a big deal. Now, let me just confirm with you guys. Can you guys see me better than the last stream? I don't know how many people came over to Marfoogle News, but that was horrible. Boom, conflict. Yeah. I'll just be real with you guys. This is really frustrating. We put hours into the website. I don't know if you guys have access to it. Go to marfooglenews.com. You can see that we have all of the articles up for tonight, and there is a ton. NASA's space junk problem. That actually, there are some stories where I'm like, we just got to report them. The British troops get small swarming drones that they can fire from a 40mm grenade launcher. Like, that's insane. Other than that, I guess I want to go to the point is every time I've tried to talk about this specific event, something weird is going on. I get that the internet has upload problems, but then when I went from the phone to talk about it specifically, it did not work. So thank you guys. Really, really thank you. Says, cool. Thank you, Adam and Dex. Sometimes old school is much better. We don't have to have glitz and glamour. Don't sweat the small stuff. So I don't care. I don't care about the glitz and glamour, but I do like being able to show you guys. You know, I like showing you guys the articles so you see. This is something that I think that everybody needs to pay attention to. And if this is your first time watching my show, there's a reason I do the nice camera and we look professional, is because that's what we're shooting for. We're also trying to look professional because we want to bring in people, all people. And there is a small subset of people that look at your camera, look at cell phone cameras and go, you know, it's 2021. Why are you shooting with the cell phone? Especially when there's such low price, you know, quality cameras. I mean, you can get a Rebel Canon and look professional. So either way, I'm kind of justifying. People comment, they're like, oh, you fancy camera and all this. I worked really hard for that camera, and I've had the same camera for almost 2.5 years, and I was working 2 jobs while doing YouTube and worked up for that while not doing well. And luckily, YouTube ended up working out better than I ever had thought, because I thought I was literally going to fail. So really, this is about like getting it out to people. Like I've said in almost every show, I believe that each one of the subscribers I have, that's a person, that's a human being. That's why I just saw more stuff today about people saying I lost subs, I lost subs. They're not subs, they're people, and they're still there most likely. It's just the algorithm dropping them off of your stuff. So remind your people to resubscribe, which I'm going to do right now. Push that little button. This event needs to be looked at. You guys need to go back and remember this. These are all going to fit into pieces of puzzles. And later on, we're going to say, hey, we covered this and we told you to pay attention to this because it's going to have a bigger part of it. With all of the hacks that are going on right now and with all of the current events, as far as you have the stuff with Taiwan, you have the stuff with Russia, you have the stuff with China, you have the stuff with Ryan, you have the stuff with and you have the stuff with everybody else. So, I mean, how many countries right now are having complete and utter chaos? It's almost all of them. So pay attention. It doesn't matter if you're in Australia, UK, whether you're in Europe, whether you're in New Guinea, whether you're in Egypt, it doesn't matter. We all have to pay attention right now to what is going on around us, and don't get drawn in to what is being repeated on loop on mainstream television or even mainstream computer. I know that there is a good chunk of you who subconsciously say, I don't watch the news. I don't watch the news. It's all BS. But then you go and you'll scroll Facebook, or you'll scroll Instagram, or you'll scroll YouTube, and you get these social media suggestions. Remember the algorithms. It doesn't matter what social media platform you're on, you need to remember that there's algorithms there. And there's also a bot trying to get you to watch more. And that doesn't matter. It doesn't say, hey, we want to show them as much truth as possible. They want to show you something that's going to grab your attention. Same with television. They're going to grab you with whatever they can. And once they have it, once they've done a research and a study circle on it and said, hey, this grabs attention, they're going to keep regurgitating and repeating, and then refine it down and milk it for every single minute it has. So every single event, I mean, you're talking about an event that happened a month ago, and they're still milking it for every last piece of prop. So just keep that in mind. We're not going live on DLive because unfortunately, Restream is not doing what it's supposed to do. Again, we're having like massive upload issues. I don't understand it. So I do thank you guys who are loyal, who come here every night and never miss a show. Like, seriously, this is really irritating. We put hours into tonight's show. Beth says, it's looking a lot better. Glad to be here. I love beagles. Hey, Susan Donahue. Apple juice. Hang in there, Marf. Thank you. Wayne Tremolity. Momo. I had lots of new names. Thank you, guys. And if you're new to my channel, I do apologize. We try to, if we're going to put out a notification, especially if that notification goes out on Twitter, that means we're doing a show. So let me see if I can bend this and try to get it, and so I can show you what we were going to show you before all this crap happened. All right. All right. So, in fact, there's my nice camera on, right? Hey, I might even be able to do it like this. Gosh, that's not even working. What the heck? Anyways. All right. So, sorry, I digress. All right. So, this was our show set up as it was supposed to be. These are the things that we were talking about, but mainly that other video, we were talking about this. NIST will continue to evaluate data from air monitors and other sensors to ensure health and safety of our campus and local communities. first off, up above, it actually says that this was in a contained area and that it, nothing went outside the borders of this contained area. So I don't even know why they even had to say that. Why wouldn't they say, why wouldn't they cut it off there and say nothing got outside the containment area? Why would they say we're going to continue to monitor everything? I understand that makes people feel safe and it's like going above and beyond, but why would they say that? That's kind of confusing to me. Anyways, sorry about the shakiness, folks. This is like super lame. It says an alarm signaled the elevated levels. There's no evidence of radiation above regulatory limits outside the containment building. And then, of course, down below, it basically said that they shut down this reactor because of this. And it says several trained radiation workers, right here, were exposed to this elevated radiation levels and are undergoing standard decontamination and evaluation. So to me, that seems like something went on here. And remind you that this place, along with everywhere else, is exposed because of the solar winds hack. The solar winds hack actually got into all 5 military branches, got into the Pentagon, got into all of these different places, including all of the major, stores that have your information stored. Craziness. All of those places were hacked. They had a back door to all of the information, and I can't stress how big this is. And honestly, if my channel was devoted to something right now, I don't think it would even be wrong to be like every day just report on solar winds. That's how big it is. But of course, nothing in the show should be considered legal, medical, or financial advice. The views of the coach can differ considerably and do not necessarily reflect my opinion, Dex's opinion, or anyone else who works with the I don't know. I wasn't even touching the damn thing, and it just went off. Okay, so obviously this is a subject that is like, this is really weird. I mean, like, we've never had this. And then look down below. This is drop, drop, drop. Oh, but I have total download speeds, 500 download, 0 upload. I went live from my phone, then all of a sudden that cut out. I switched phones, and now it's doing this. This is super freaking weird. Okay, I'm gonna point you guys to the website. This is really frustrating. Like the old days, somebody said. Who said that? It is like the old days. Growing with Wally. Hey! What is going on? Growing with Wally has been around since the very beginning. Oh, that is awesome. Hey, Michael Hart. Really, really. Jose A. What's going on? I heard your brother B was hanging out too. Let's see here. Black Bow, Felicia Starrakes, Michael Dolan. This is super weird. Every time I talk about the place in that state, that's weird. Sorry. I'd pay attention to this, guys. Reginald, I literally covered it for maybe like 5 episodes, maybe. I don't know, because it was over a 2-month period that after the first trip code thing changed, that's when I lost in it. And then I did get back into it, but I never covered it. Yeah, it's weird. You guys saw that notice last night and we didn't even say it. So either way, we're covering normal stuff here. So pretty weird that we can't talk about it. So you guys, let's try to flip back here. All right. Probably just going to scrap this. We're probably going to unlist this. So I wouldn't suggest sharing it out. I do hope you guys, if there's anything you guys can do is share our other shows out, share our normal shows out that are, not this horrible. Just pay attention to what's going on. We're going to cover this again. We're going to get the internet fixed. I'm going to call Comcast. But what isn't explained is T-Mobile and AT&T, 2 different companies, both doing the same thing. I don't know if my area is there's no explanation for that. So Everybody says there's a lot of buffering. Why? I do apologize. Comcast is the worst. I'm switching to Fios. I don't know if we even have Fios. That's another thing. You know, you want to talk about monopolies? What about when you're the only place in a city that has a service? Like, that's a monopoly. You have no options. So anyways, you guys, I love you. We're going to try this again. Dex and I are going to troubleshoot. Luckily, I have Dex. I am blessed to have Dex as a partner here because he is incredibly tech savvy. So he's going to try to help me get this fixed out. He can walk me through way better than any customer service agent at Comcast. But if not, basically, I'm going to get it the soonest appointment I can. Once we get it fixed, we're at least going to do a redo of this video. We might even just record it and upload it. But know what happened behind that. Like, remember that. Remember this. There's a lot of stuff going on. So pay attention. We called this current event that's happening with the mask 3 months before it happened. We're telling you, the writing is on the wall for the next thing. If you guys want to support us in any way, go to marfooglenews.com. Again, you can go to our store, or you can go and support us by protecting yourself. Go to EMP Shield. Go to marfooglenews.com/EMP. You can protect yourself against that with the same company that is currently contracted with different U.S. agencies, including DHS, DOD, and the DEMSO team. So make sure to go check that out. The contest is still running, so join that if you, again, they're not cheap. They're $200 to $300. So make sure to go over and try to get in the contest. That way you might win a free device. That's again at marfooglenews.com/contest. If you want to see every article, we've put them in a platter for you. Look at the news that we have put up for you on marfooglenews.com. Everything has a source. Everything has a back to it. Everything has a backbone, so you know where it's coming from. You know exactly what your news is. Thank you guys. We put a lot of work into this. Thank you for those who supported. Everybody from the news show and the TV show that did support tonight will be put on that next show, and I'll make sure that you guys get a special place there too. So thank you. Really frustrating. Go check out the news though, because we took a lot of time to put it together. We really appreciate you going over and checking it out on our website, marfooglenews.com. MarFooglenews.com.